knitting friends. Welcome to episode 53 of Last Stitch Effort. My name is Pacasha and this is my knitting podcast about using up my stash. I seem to be going at about an every 2 to 3 months schedule right now, which is kind of silly, but that's just kind of how life is working out lately. So anyway, let me catch you up on what I've been doing. I guess the first thing I'm going to start off is with my stash numbers. Sorry, my show notes are right here and I don't have my glasses, so if I squint or look a little funny, I apologize. But my stash is at 45,875 grams. Now, if you're keeping track, you're going to notice that that's a little higher than last time. I did buy some yarn. I can explain about that later if I need to. I kind of, whatever, it happened. But I did use a lot of yarn too. So while I did bring home quite a bit, it didn't make that big of a hit on the numbers because I have been knitting quite a bit in the background here. Anyway, so I'm going to start with FOs. I have quite a few, and as of last time, I didn't mention this last time, but it was kind of bubbling in my head as I was recording. But I got the idea to, in order to finish things off, like things that have been kind of sitting around, or just get some little projects out of the way and use up some little scrappy bits, or just, you know, those weird gains that just kind of float around in your stash. I thought that I would do one project for every single Survivor contestant that gets voted off in this latest season, which is season 50, depending on when you're watching this, but it's season 50, so it's like all of like amazing, awesome, iconic players. So I just thought it would be kind of a fun way to do it. There's 24 of them, I believe, this season, so that's a lot of projects to get finished in time. And I don't know why I didn't do the math beforehand, thinking that there may be double eliminations and things like that some weeks, but yeah, so it's been a struggle, and I am, I think, 3 behind right now as of this moment. So if you don't want Survivor spoilers, maybe this isn't the episode for you. And with my filming schedule, the next episode will probably catch the end of it, and that's that. But anyway, so I thought I would show you my FOs in the order of torches snuffed. So I hope it's not going to be about Survivor. So if you're not a Survivor fan, it's not a big deal. It's mostly, I'm going to be talking about knitting still. So my list here. Okay. So the first thing, and this was a work in progress in my last episode. Now, these are not in order of cast on and finish. These are just order of finish. So sometimes I cast things on and finish it in a couple of days. Some of these are going to be projects that took a long time, but I just happen to cast them off, whatever. It's not going to be exactly in order. So, but it does help me finish things. So the first thing is the Wool Peddler Shawl by Cheryl Oberle from the book Folk Shawls. The pattern calls for a lace at the bottom, which I left out for a few reasons. And I used every bit of my 300 grams. I said I had 350 last episode, I believe, but I only had 300. It's nice and squishy. Like the alpaca's got that squishy but drapey silkiness. So that's awesome. But yes, I finished that, and it's fairly big. It's not huge, but it's definitely going to come in handy if it's ever cold ever again in my lifetime. Anyway, so this, the yarn is Phoenix Fiber Mill DK Alpaca, which is kind of a local yarn to me somewhat. I mean, I don't really have local yarn producers or mills. Yeah, so I got this at a wool festival in Santa Fe a couple of years ago, and feels good to have it knit up because, oh, it's so soft and squishy. So that is Jenna. Yeah, so Jenna's from season 1 and she got voted off first, which is a shame because, I don't know, because I like her. I like everybody in this cast. everybody in the Survivor cast. So that's number one. So number two was a medical evacuation. So this is Kyle. And I haven't, okay, there's going to be a lot of ends not woven in and things, buttons and like all kinds of sewing up that hasn't been done, but whatever. I'm giving up on that being super important to be a finished object. Usually I don't count it, but just lately I'm just having to do what I do. So this, I don't know if you can see that texture. It is so cool. This is the October hat by Sloane Rosenthal. So nice cables and a turned brim. I don't know if I can, you can't see it, huh? It's a bit dark. Anyway, this is a present for a local friend who helped out a lot of people when our whole town was on fire a few years ago. And I've been wanting to do something for him for a while because he's a super special guy. So Logan, this is for you. Yay. Yeah, so that's Kyle. And Wool of the Andes, Celestial Heather, Sapphire Heather, Solstice Heather. We'll get there eventually. Yeah. And that was a really nice pattern to do. If you haven't done cables, I wouldn't say it's the perfect beginner cable pattern, but I don't see why not. I mean, I think the number one thing when trying a technique is just finding something that you like. And if you do that, then you apply yourself enough and it gets done. And cables aren't difficult at all. They maybe watch a video or two or ask somebody to show you or something. I'm a visual person, so I needed to see it, but yeah, it's an easy technique. So I hope you're not holding off on cables because they're fantastic and they look beautiful and classic and classy. So project 2. Okay, so Savannah is the next one voted off. And let's see, what did I finish? Oh, I finished these socks, which I had mentioned on the previous episode. This is some leftover socks. I just had about 40 grams left over, and so I added cuffs and heels in a different random color, but the stripes are Nomadic Yarns. This is the Sirius colorway, which is Sirius Black from Harry Potter. They don't match. They're not identical at all. And then I don't remember what the gray is. It's just some random gray that I had around. But that used up that little bit of yarn that I had left because I made another pair, I guess, over in the fall for my daughter. And so now these are for me and now I get to wear them, which is why I'm recording right now, because I have this huge pile and it all needs to get put away and finished up and I need to clean up my mess. So anyway, Savannah. Okay, next is Q. This one I'm not finished with because I need, well, no, actually I am, except for a couple of ends. I just need to block it. So this is basically, I just did a shawl, a typical shawl where you increase along the edge and along the spine every other row. So 4 increases every other row. And I put in some welts every now and then, and I think I just did 2 rows of each ball of color, and these are just like scraps from some handspun. So for the most part, this is Hello Yarn, a patchwork kit that I did fairly recently, and I used in another project, and I thought I would use up the little bits. And then, so I started as a shawl, and then when it got to about, I think it was like 22 inches, I just joined it, and then I was just working in the round, but still increasing, I think only at the spine. I don't think I increased at the back anymore. So that'll just kind of sit there like that. And it's got a garter edge because that's just the easiest edge that lies flat, which it doesn't look great right now because it hasn't been blocked, but anyway, just a nice, super simple project that uses up those handspun leftovers, which I don't know. They're kind of precious to me, but I don't want them sitting around doing nothing. And the colors don't go together, but they do. It's, you know, it's just that magic of it all. Yeah, so I just have a few ends to weave in, and I think I want to give it a block because that always evens things out. I'll show you a close-up of the fabric. Oh, I think I just used one color, and then I added another color in. So you can tell that I got a little more muddled towards the end, and there's where I joined. You can, I don't know if you can see it, but I did a garter edge and then just stockinette in the body with occasional welts whenever I lost track of what I was doing or wasn't paying attention or did it intentionally. Who knows? So that's Q's project. Then we have Mike White. Now Mike White is a funny Survivor player. Okay. I'm not going to talk about Survivor or my opinions of the survivors or why they were voted out, but yeah, so this is Mike White's pair, and this one I wanted to use up another little bit of leftover yarn. This is Knitpicks Felici and Time Traveler. Once again, it doesn't match because it's actually opposite. Like this is one end of the ball and then it kind of goes like that, but and then this is leftover, I don't remember, but it was an Orphan Black colorway. So Orphan Black and Doctor Who all together in this sock. The yellow is, I don't even remember, but it matched really well with the Felici. And so it used up every bit of this pink and every bit of my Felici, which I love to do. And actually, I had to use a little bit of something else right there because I ran out on the second sock. Yeah, so just another little scrappy pair of socks. Then whatever. They're little, they'll fit me or my daughter. Okay, so that's Mike White's project. Okay, Angelina. Oh, this is funny. This pattern is the Fuss Free Beanie by Louise Tilbrook, which is not available on Ravelry, but you can get it on her website, or I don't know. I think it even is just an Instagram post. I do follow her on Instagram. And of course, I'll have all of this information down below, so you can look it up. I don't do links just because I don't, for many reasons. But so this is just a whole bunch of leftover sock yarns. Like there's some gnome acres and there's some hedgehog. Just tons of like leftovers. And Mark says that it looks like some painting, and I can't remember the painting. I think I have it in my Ravelry notes if you... Actually, I might list it down below. But yeah, so Fuss Free Beanie, which is essentially a broken rib type pattern. This doesn't look good at all, does it? Anyway, just a hat for the pile. And it used up so many little bits of sock yarn, which is like very satisfying. And it cleans out my bag because I keep all of my sock yarn leftovers in, I'll just show you, in this bag. And so it kind of gets a little full a little quickly. So I'm always on the lookout. I'm always like trying to use up little bits so that I can keep this kind of streamlined. Like right now it's got my current pair, and then it has a couple of balls like from back here. You may notice there's a little bit gone for the next pairs coming up. And I always try to pick something that I think will go along with some scraps in here. So that way when I finish a full complete pair with, say I have 100 grams of a gold color, I picked that gold so it would go with another color in here for the second pair, so I can use up all the leftovers and put like contrasting cuffs or whatever I need to do to use up all the yarn. So I'll get more to this in a second. Okay. Angelina. Okay, so Charlie is next. Now this was a bigger project. And I mean, I love Charlie as a player, but really it's just, this is just what I finished when I finished it. This is The Shift by Andrea Mowry. I have not blocked it and I haven't sewn it up. So it looks really awful right now and I can't figure out how it goes. Okay, it goes like this. And then you sew 2 ends together. Oh my gosh. Like this. See, there's 2 ends right there. And it makes a lovely cowl. I'm sure everybody has seen this. So when you wear it, it looks more like this. And this, like, a lot of people do like yarn management where they try to get colors to fit where they want it to fall. So you have your main like color through here. I just kind of let it do what it was gonna do. And in a way I kind of regret it because I did have a lot of like color stacking that wasn't my favorite. But I think it's pretty still. For the most part it's all teals and blue, and I want to just, I don't know. It's fine. And with a block, it'll lay flat and be a lot nicer. I'm getting a little bit better at this pattern. I don't know why, but it's not intuitive for me. And then about halfway through, it gets a lot easier and I'm not fighting it constantly, but it shouldn't be as hard as my brain makes it out to be. So The Shift, Andrea Mowry. When I sew it up and wear it, I'll try to put it in the next podcast, but I may forget. So I used Knitpicks Galileo for one of the colors, which is a merino and I think bamboo mix, and it's just the color's gem, and it's just like a teal. I don't know, it's one of those. It's just a teal color because I wanted it to be pretty much all teal, and that was the color that tied in the 2 Spincycle yarns I used, which was Rusted Rainbow and Petrichor. Now my Petrichor skein was, for the most part, it was a lot of colors that I didn't necessarily want, like this gold, which I know comes in the Petrichor colorway, but I was trying to avoid this color so much. Even though I love it, I just didn't want it necessarily in this project. And then I got just a lot of navy in there. I don't know what I wanted, but this wasn't exactly how I wanted it. But I would say it's still like a 9.8 out of 10 because it's still awesome. I'm still so fortunate that I got to use some really gorgeous Spincycle, and I mean the Galileo was quite nice to knit with as well. So I think it's pretty. I'll wear it a lot anyway. I do have another shift. I do repeat patterns a lot. I don't know if you guys do that, but the shift is one that I'm constantly, like, anytime I see something, I'm like, oh, I should make a shift out of that. Like, it's one that I just fall back on, even though I've only made 2, but I do have like 100 different versions floating around in my head. I can't wait to make the next one. So that'll probably be on the needle soon, my next one. Okay, the shift. That was Charlie's pattern. Okay, we're on Kamilla now. This is The Wanderer by Jared Flood. Have any of you guys like heard anything about Jared Flood? Like, after Brooklyn Tweed closed down yarn production, he said he was going to focus on patterns, but there really hasn't been much going on, and that kind of makes me feel sad because Jared Flood is absolutely one of my favorite designers, and he does amazing patterns. So this is Wanderer, and I did add some length. You can, oh no, that's my bracelet. I was like, oh, look at that string. I did add some length because his patterns kind of hit high on the ear, and I like everybody in our family likes them to cover our ears. I'm just not, my haircut means that I can't really wear hats like I used to, but it's not for me, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know if you can see, but it's just a nice kind of garter with a little subtle swirl. Oops, it's gone. Should I get it? No, I won't get it. That's fine. I'll just try to get back on my chair. So that yarn was, oh, it was Hobby Lobby. I love this wool. I don't love that wool. I did want to try it because I'm not a fan of Hobby Lobby. I don't like giving them money. I don't want to encourage anybody else to give them money. I am straying away from superwash and from acrylics as much as possible. So I kind of feel like there's this weird teeter-totter in my head between real wool and, you know, companies that suck and that don't deserve my money. But I was just trying it out for science. I was trying it out. It was okay. It wasn't the best wool I've ever worked with, but it was nice for the price point and for the accessibility, because I live hours away from an actual yarn store. There is a Hobby Lobby, but it's an hour away. Yeah, and I don't like to go there if I can help it. Well, I can't help it usually. So anyway, that's that. That's all I'm going to say about that. It wasn't bad, but for an all 100% wool yarn that I could get, it wasn't the worst. It was still better than Red Heart. I will die on that hill. I don't care. Red Heart's the worst. It is so itchy and feels so gross. Okay. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about it. Okay, so for Genevieve, I made a quill by Andrea Mowry. This is from, I think, a making magazine that I had, but it is available as a single pattern. And it's just this nice, gentle, like almost a chevron pattern. No, it is a chevron with knits and purls, so super easy to do. This is Purl Soho's Knitting Wool DK, and the color is Pine Needle. It's supposed to be slouchy. It's so dark. I would say it looks like it's gonna storm. It's not. It's just dusty and windy and gross. All of White Sands National Monument is in the air right now and making things really icky here. Yeah. Hold it up. So Pine Needle, Purl Soho, Knitting Wool DK. And I loved this as just like a simple basic wool yarn. I love Purl Soho's color sense, so they always have something pretty going on. It feels soft. It doesn't feel, I guess maybe a little, if you're sensitive, maybe a little bit of a prickle, but usually like wool will get my forehead. This doesn't get my forehead. It could, maybe in some softer parts of my neck, I would feel it if it's really hot, but nice basic yarn. Very pretty, very squishy. Pattern was nice. A simple beginner-friendly pattern. And yeah, I don't think I added any length to this. I think it just was that slouchy. So yeah. Next is good old Colby Donaldson. Was kicked out. Oh, I dropped the other one, but I did finish 2 socks. This is a pair for me. This yarn was given to me by my friend Alicia Edmiston Creations here on YouTube and on Instagram. And this is a club that she got from Farmer's Daughter Fiber. I think it's a club. And Spincycle, and it's just a nice little, I think, merino nylon blend. I think it's Peddler is the name of the yarn, and this colorway is called Wolf Shirt Wednesday. And I do have 2 of them, but yeah. So I finished that pair. I do have a little bit left over, so that's gonna go in a pair coming up soon. It's in the bag already. One one more finished thing. So for D, for D's elimination, I did a little baby sweater. Now I have 2 of these to make, and I only have finished one so far, and it needs little buttons. And this is the only way I would use acrylic. I hate that, I don't like putting babies in acrylic, but mommies need a break, and I'm not going to be that much of a snob to insist that the mother of twins use wool. Yeah, so this is another Hobby Lobby Soft and Sleek. This color's French Lilac, I believe. And so this pattern is in 3s by Kelly Herdrich. And so it's got 3 little bands of garter, nice little garter sleeve, and then little garter bands at the bottom. And it has 3 little buttonholes here up at the top. Needs to get a block, obviously, it's kind of curling in. And I'm making I think it's the 0 to 6 month or something, I don't know, because I'm a loose knitter, it's going to be bigger no matter what. And this yarn ended up being a lot thicker. I thought it was more of a DK, but it's thicker than that. So yeah, so there's the first one, needing buttons and a block. And now we're on to works in progress, or my whips. I don't think I need my laptop. I don't think I ended up needing any information. So the first one I want to show you, the next elimination, because I'm behind, is going to be Chrissy. And it's Chrissy, and then it's Coach. And I want to finish this baby sweater because I think that needs to go with Chrissy. I don't think Coach is a baby sweater name at all, or elimination at all. So this is the second one, and this is the colorway Spice. And I didn't want to do, the grandmother of these special little twins says not really matchy-matchy. They're twins, but not matchy-matchy twins. So this little, it's turning out really orange, but it's got like a pink cast to it in real life. So I just finished the whole yoke, and I'm going to start the sleeves right here, and then I'll do the body. And I'm using size 5s, which might be a mistake because this is kind of a thicker, I don't know. I don't know why I thought it would knit up. I don't know. It's just kind of a dense fabric, which is fine. It's great. It's really soft and pretty, and it will be easy for her to take care of. And if the twins throw up on it, which they will, that's great. It will survive. So that's my work in progress there. My next work in progress is, once again, I'm using up little balls of leftovers, especially my handspun. Now, I don't even know what handspun this is. I think it's some kind of, I don't know. I lost the tag, but I think it's kind of a mashup of 2 different colors from 2 different clubs. Possibly Spunky Eclectic, possibly Hello Yarn, probably not Southern Cross Fiber. It doesn't look like they are. Or maybe Nest Fibers. I'm not 100% certain. But the first part of this, oh no, wait. The first part of this was another little mystery ball, which might have been the leftovers from my my little cowl that I made earlier. Let me show you what it actually is. So this is along the same lines as that other cowl that I did. So just kind of, what's the other way? Hold on. There we go. It's much easier to see when it's on the right side. So once again, I'm striping. And I'm striping handspun. So this first little bit, I believe, was the leftovers from the other cowl. And then I have my I had like a skein and a partial of, well, of Peace Fleece, DK, and Olive Root. And it's got all of these cute little neps in it that are really bright colors that I thought went really well with the handspun. And so that's what I'm striping. And it's going to be a full-on shawl because I do have quite a bit of yarn to use up here. I still have another entire 100 grams of this. And this is a pretty dense cake as well. So it's going to be quite a large shawl. It may not be finished in time to get a survivor name. It's just something that I work on if I'm not working on, I don't know, if I need like something that I don't have to, if my socks need a heel or decreases or something and I'm in a car, this one is easy and I don't really have to think about it and I can knit it in the dark. So that's that project. The next thing I'm going to show you, I actually have not worked on this since the last episode, but this is, I don't know, it's like a scarf that Sarah from Walgren made a similar one. She did Marie Wallen's Peddler scarf, and it's just one in the round, and it's just a lot of Fair Isle. And I thought that was a fantastic idea. So I got out my Mary Jane Mucklestone, like Colorwork Library, Fair Isle Library chart, whatever books. And I just picked up a color palette that I liked that kind of worked all together. And I'm just doing sections and changing them out. And I'm spit splicing in between so there's no ends to weave in. And, you know, if it doesn't line up perfectly on the row, that's fine too. But I haven't worked on it, but it was just sitting on the pile, so I thought that I better talk about it again. So this is about the same place I was last time. There may be a row or two on it. Probably not though. So I mean, I don't think I'm halfway on that. Anyway, I'm breaking all the things. Just kidding. I didn't, but I could. Okay, so my next FO, I don't know. I'm going to have to cast on a bunch of hats if I'm going to catch up with all my survivor people. So I always have a sock going. And I was showing you this is my bag with my sock yarn in it that I carry around everywhere. And it's got lots of like little leftover bits that I try to use up. And then like the next one that I'm wanting to cast on or whatever. Oh, I did cast another one on. Ooh, I found a secret project. Okay, right now we're going to focus on the one that I know that I'm working on. So this, previously I was making Clara Parks Kensington, from Clara Parks, one of her books, there's a pattern called Kensington, which is a Nancy Bush pattern in Clara Parks Book of Wool or Book of Socks or something. That ended up being a bad yarn pattern combination. Like it was just, there were a lot of like Bavarian cables, which are just like twisted stitch cables, which are gorgeous, but in the wrong yarn, it's just a splitty mess. And I was struggling with it. They were really pretty, but I was struggling. So I pulled that out. I wasn't very far. It was only a few inches if you saw the last episode. And I was using West Yorkshire Spinners, Bo Peep, and Tin Man. And so I pulled that out and I didn't even wash it. I just immediately cast on just a plain gray sock. So these are just plain, boring gray. I haven't started even the first heel. So, and this is my no thinking knitting right now. Until I get to the heel, and then I'll work on that shawl. Yeah, so that's my next sock. But I just found this pair. I don't know what pattern this is. I hope I have it handy somewhere, written down somewhere, because I have a lot of PDFs and it's going to be hard to figure out which one I was working from. Oh, it's really pretty though. Whatever this is, if I find out, I'll put it below. If not, I'll definitely finish the project. And yeah, so it's got cables here, and it's flanked by 2 cables, and then it's plain on the back. I think, if I remember correctly, I think it's something about heritage in the title. I totally forgot that I was working on these. The yarn is really pretty too. I don't remember the color, but this is Woolly Thistle Rambler, which I believe is a non-superwash. And it's, oh, is it Rambouillet or Debouillet, or I don't know, it's some kind of cool breed of sheep also. Golden Fern? Golden Fern sounds about right. Anyway, I love the yarn, and these aren't, I would think it would be a splittier one, but it's working with this pattern, it seems. Who knows? I don't know. I remember doing it, but I mean, it hasn't even been that long, so the fact that I forgot is pretty bad. I don't keep FOs around for a long time. I do finish them. Hence me making little games of it and naming them after Survivor. Yeah, so that's all I've got on the needles. I think I need to probably cast, I need to finish the baby sweater first of all, because that needs to go off. I don't think the babies are going to wear it this year. Obviously, it's a bit warm already. And yeah, so I mean, I have been knitting a lot, not a ton. I did sign up for a pottery class with my husband. It was divided, it's a 14-week class, but it was divided into 7 weeks. And he did the first 7 weeks and I did the full 14. And it's kind of time consuming. I don't know, like I did a little bit in high school, but I didn't realize like how time consuming it would be. I have a lot of other friends that take it and they're like obsessed and they do it all the time. And that's great. I do enjoy it when I'm there, but sometimes I have to really make myself go. Plus, since I started actually throwing on the wheel and not just like building or, you know, doing slab work, it really hurts my back. So while I enjoy doing it, I enjoy making the pottery, I really enjoy glazing, and I really enjoy like sgraffetto and like all the like little techniques that you can do. I really like carving into the, I don't know, it's scratching a lot of itches. However, it is really hard on my body. Like my back is just not enjoying it at all. The throwing part, everything else is great. It's also very time consuming. So like you do something and then you have to wait a couple of days for things to be like a certain amount of dry before you do the next step or whatever. And it's just kind of such a process. I like slow crafts. I mean, I'm a knitter. Like obviously I like slow crafts or else I wouldn't be doing this. But this is slow in a different way. But if I don't want to work on a knitting project, it doesn't hurt it. If I don't want to trim my bowls, they get too dry and then I can't trim them. So it's kind of, I don't like all this commitment is really what it is, maybe. But I brought a few things to show you what I've been doing. This is just a little sample, like crazy. I've done a lot of pottery these last few weeks. And I've gotten a lot better at it. So these are all, this was one of my first projects and this wasn't thrown. This was like slab built bowl. Hence why it's not like straight and stuff. So it's nice and red on the outside. But I carved a little pomegranate on the inside into some, I guess, slip. I don't know, an underglaze. Anyway, this is what I really like doing, is like the actual like artsy carving into things. But I also, no, I like it all. So I'm getting a little bit better, and I'm playing with some techniques. Like this, I use some slip in like a needle attachment to I don't know, whatever. And then the glaze does this, and then whatever. And then I didn't glaze it all the inside so that it looks nice and crazy rustic. I mean, it is glazed, but it's not like this. So yeah, so those are supposed to be kind of bubbles, but my slip was a little too dry. And then this one is just a really pretty glaze. I don't know what it is. I don't take notes. So I'm getting a little bit better at making consistent bowls. I am not good at trimming the bottoms though, at all. At all. And then I have a favorite glaze, which if you're a potter, this is Tiger's Eye, 2 coats of Tiger's Eye, and then 2 coats of Olive Float, really thick coats. So it's got like, oh God, isn't that great? Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, I love it. So it just like melts into these weird little blobby things. That's smooth for the most part, but it does have like a wobbly, glassy texture. Ugh, it's my favorite glaze. Isn't that just cool? Like if I keep it out of the ring light. Anyway, that's what I've been doing a whole lot lately. So I'm at the end of my class now, and we only have a few more weeks left, and kind of finishing up some stuff, and I think I'm done. Like, even though I still have clay left over and all this, I'm done, because I will spend easily 8 hours there trying to finish up a bunch of stuff really quickly, and then just come home, and then I can't move for like 3 or 4 days. I get very tense, not only at the wheel, like when I'm painting or carving or anything, like I get super tense, and I don't know, just probably not the best thing for me to do at such an intense rate, because that's another thing, is that I'm trying to like bang out these huge long days and get a lot of, you know, production done, and yeah, that's what I've been doing. So that's all. Oh, and before you ask, I will not make yarn bowls. There's just no way that you, like, I have a couple of handmade yarn bowls. Like, this is one that my friend gave me, and this is another one that my friend made. I have I don't know, nope, you can't see. There's another really big one up there that the grandmother of the twins gave me, and that is like, it's the perfect size because it's huge and it doesn't move. Like, these are just decorative, because if you put yarn in it, and then if you even slightly pull the yarn, it's gonna go flying. So I do have another mid-size one. I don't know where it is right now, but it's a really good size too, and that's another knitting friend made it like several years ago. But yeah, just big bowls are hard to do, number one, and number two, I never use yarn bowls anyway. They're really pretty though. I like to look at them. My big yellow one up there is, yeah. If I'm going to use a yarn bowl for its purpose, I'm going to use that. But right now it's just holding really pretty fiber. And that's great too, because I still think about my friend every time I see it with all of these. Anywho, that's it. Hope you're well. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm not great. We all know I'm not great at the comments below at answering. I'm trying, or I did for a while, and then I forgot that YouTube existed. I haven't even been watching like other podcasts either. So yeah, that's it. My hair's growing a little bit. Yay. I instantly regretted cutting my hair. And I don't want to talk about it anymore because I'll get sad. Okay, well, I'm out of here. I don't think I have anything else to say. Love you guys. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.